Hi there, Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and of course, all you Capricorn Moon people out there. This is your monthly tarot forecast for November 2021. And just a quick reminder for you, I don't appear on camera for my monthlies because we've got a lot of cards here. I also want to mention that if you are watching your rising sign forecast, remember your rising sign is giving you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast is showing up. And your moon sign, well, that's going to be giving you the less prominent, albeit still significant, side story that's also playing out throughout the course of this month. And if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So let's have a look and see what's going on the right-hand side first. And when it comes to you and your world, you have the Death card upright and the Six of Swords upright. A lot of chapters that you have been involved in are ultimately coming to their final culmination, their final conclusion this month. And with the Death card, it's important to understand that, and I do say this a lot, this is an ending that you've seen coming, maybe even endings that you've been gunning for, opportunities to make a change, where you want to. Is there something that you want to end, something you want to leave? Leaving a job, leaving a relationship, leaving a household, leaving a certain friendship behind. The Death card upright is giving you a chance to make a clean break with your life, and it is something that ultimately is not a surprise. This is something that is usually very confirming, or something that you can see coming a mile away. With the Six of Swords, this is actually opening up an opportunity for you to embark on a transition. And I do feel a lot of you may actually be taking this as an opportunity to move yourself or reorient yourself in the direction of a much more wealthy way, because I am seeing a lot of good news when it comes to money, just looking a little bit ahead here. But also setting you and yours, those that matter to you, up with a much more healthy and much more supportive environment, supportive atmosphere, because the Six of Swords it's getting you guys on the move. Where have you been stuck for way too long? Where have you been maybe going in circles? Where have you been having things kind of just constantly, being stagnant or being frozen in time? With the Death card and the Six of Swords, there is a release from paralysis of all kinds this month for you. In fact, as we get on to the culminator cards, ultimately the bottom line of the month, the hopes and fears category, and the summation of the month, we do have the Sun card upright and the Five of Cups reversed. And you are replacing a lot of broken in your life with functional. When we talk about replacements, this is going to be a time where you are seeing where maybe you have been working with the wrong models, the wrong plans, or maybe the wrong work ethics or the wrong approaches, but you are getting a lot of things swapped out. Yes, there could be some pinch hitting going on in terms of teams, in terms of allies, friends. We may be moving some people up. We may be getting closer to people we recognize and care about deeply. We may be dropping entire affiliations. But with the Sun card upright, this is all in the interest of creating this sense of home in the world that we have not had in a while. And this goes beyond something like belonging. This is actually having stronger, healthier connections across the board that are on an individual basis, not necessarily a unit or team or affiliation basis. With the Sun card as well, I do see a lot of you getting a chance to start indulging with aspects of yourself that are ultimately soul nourishing, whether these are being able to devote and invest more time in your hobbies, your talents, your skills. We're bringing back a lot of that sweet childhood innocence, that sweet childhood purity into a lot of your engagements this month. And with the Five of Cups reversed, we are also seeing a lot of what is replacing your normal or replacing what has been stagnant or maybe chained to you, also being resonant with that experience, also facilitating that experience. And whether it's a complete slash and burn of everything you've got going on, or it is something that you are simply rearranging in your life, it's going to be incredibly rewarding. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, anything relating to household matters in a practical sense, you've got the 10 of Cups upright, and you are getting secured into a completely new era, a completely new story where your material concerns, your investments, or even your own sense of fulfillment, your own sense of joy when it comes to the job that you do, or feeling like you are doing the right thing, you are in something that you love, that is going to be the name of the game this month. In fact, a goal or a fantasy is going to be made attainable, if not completely attained this month as well, due to some really good news that's coming your way, professionally or financially. This may be something that is coming through family or through somebody you consider to be family, or possibly something that is going to be a shift on the job or a shift in your career that you can immediately take home with you and go and do that renovation work, go and do that big move, go and do that big shift yourself. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the 3 of Swords upright. And there could be some fallouts, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to your social life, those that you have maybe engaged with regularly that we're not really having the best of friendships with. I do feel like this is more the guys and the girls, not so much romantic relationships. But with the 3 of Swords, there is this community crisis, this cultural clash, this sensibility challenge or conflict that really gets brought to a head. A lot of you may actually find that you have had enough of a certain affiliation, a certain community, or a certain person, and you may be kicking him or her or them to the curb, possibly more than one. This could be one where there's a lot of fighting, though, and possibly even some backbiting going on. But this is in the interest of clearing out your cash, replacing them. It's okay. Your biggest challenge this month is the Lover's card upright. And it's all about enforcing win-win arrangements. It's all about enforcing equivalent exchange. It's all about being honest and open with what is actually fair and what is not actually fair, and commanding that forth in all of your engagements. With the Lover's card upright, you've got to be smart about who and what you decide to share your energy with, and who you are establishing commitments with, what you are committing yourself to, because we are replacing and swapping out a lot that maybe we accidentally gave way too much deference and loyalty to, and we're paying the price for it now, but we don't have to pay the price for it forever. When it comes to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, we do have the Tower card reversed. And there may be something going on that kind of turns a partner or a spouse's world upside down. And this may be something that has to happen for them. And this may be something that you've seen coming a mile away, right? This might be something you're like, well, finally, not necessarily in a mean or callous way, but something going on either with their own material circumstances, their own job, their own family, their own friends. Something is getting torn down that needs to get torn down. This will most likely be a time where you and your partner also have to reevaluate the direction you're headed in together as a couple, as a family. But remember, this is in the interest of reevaluating the course we've been on now that we're being shown that we could do better. For those of you who are currently single or available or seeing somebody recently, this may be going on with a person that you meet or get more closely involved in or meshed with this month. So make sure that you know what's your business and what's not your business. Don't overstep. When it comes to your month beginning to end, going to the left-hand side here, you do have the Queen of Swords reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed to start off things. And once again, we are seeing some conflict coming up here, especially on the social front. It does look like with the Queen of Swords reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed, somebody is trying to hold on to the past by creating conflict. It's kind of like Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. This over-attachment, and that's a good way to describe the Queen of Swords reversed, actually. There is this over-attachment, there is this maybe fear of you moving on or people moving on, a fear of being left behind, but also a fear of having to do the work of getting over and getting control of oneself. This could be a family member, this could be a friend, this may be what sparks that Three of Swords upright energy. And with the Knight of Cups reversed, I definitely feel like you've given enough. We really don't want to fuel this by folding. What brings this about, interestingly enough, is the King of Swords reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this is actually not you. Like there's something going on outside of you that has not been shared with you. Something that's been going on behind closed doors with another person that maybe they've been just keeping up appearances with, they've been putting on airs with, is coming to a close. It's coming to a collapse. It's all out in the open now, and it's creating a huge stir. This month, you may be finding out about things going on behind closed doors with friends, or maybe not so great friends, or with exes, or with family members. And if you are not careful, they may try to take it out on you. And that's kind of how the Queen of Swords reversed and the King of Swords reversed work. They live in denial, they live in the past, and they tend to create conflict so they can stay in the past, right? Because you don't have to move on if you're constantly fighting like a crazy person. Shut them down. When it comes to the second half of the month, you do have the Nine of Swords reversed and the High Priestess reversed. And you are getting a chance to see where we need to drop something that we have been constantly trying to redeem to no effect. We may be having to readdress where we have taken some bad advice or believed a bad philosophy, whether it's something that we've been trying to do with work. Look, we're getting something better anyway with that Ten of Cups. Or it's something that we've been trying to do in our own social life. Well, we're seeing the consequences with that Three of Swords. You are getting a chance to get out of dodge. Now, with the High Priestess reversed, the Nine of Swords reversed, we may have to take ownership in some things that we are complicit or we are culpable for, that we accidentally created or knowingly created while supporting or enabling toxic people. However, we are reversing it this month. And so make sure that you are washing your hands of all involved. That's really, really important because you've got way too much good stuff with the Sun, the Six of Swords, the Death card, the Ten of Cups. We really don't need to be holding up this almost old culture anymore. So that's what I've got for you Capricorn people. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.